everybody, and welcome to the Baka Bros Podcast, a podcast with our idiotic and sometimes funny view on the things we love. I'm your host, Brian, and with me, as always, my co-host,
Robert.
And today, we will be talking about our favorite animes and other things, like talking about us and what this podcast is going to be. As I already explained, it's going to be our idiotic takes on stuff we love, like anime, comics, stuff like that.
Sometimes movies. Maybe music, depends on who we have.
Yeah, obviously we have a good amount of our friends and stuff we're going to have on the show and have a lot of fun with them. But, so I'm Brian, as I already stated. I'm a big fan of stuff like Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, all the older animes, I would say. There are a lot of new ones I like, though, like My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, Haiku. Haiku is one of my favorite animes that I read, because I mostly read manga than I do watch anime, but I still watch anime sometimes. Just not as much as I read the manga nowadays.
Yeah, same here. I started reading manga a lot more than watching anime just because certain manga artists, they'll add special things to where they don't even see that in the anime at all, or they'll have those little special episodes at the end. Those are always cool. But like you said, my name is Robert. The anime and stuff I usually like to read are Berserk. Toriko is my all-time favorite manga I've ever read, which if you know the ending, you know how much, if you liked it, that it should have kept going because the ending was amazing. But I also like Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. There's a couple other random ones I've just thrown myself upon, and then there's certain ones where I'm just I'm gonna just read this for fun. Demon Slayer was one of those. I just kept hearing a lot of people saying how it was good and to read it, and then I read it, and then all the memes about Tanjiro crying over every single demon he fights made a lot more sense to me because it's pretty damn true.
Yeah, because the reason I got into Haiku is just because everyone on the internet, like TikTok and stuff like that, was just everything to do with anime. They was talking about that anime and that manga. I was like, all right, I guess I'll check it out, and I instantly fell in love. It's amazing. If you haven't watched or read it,
volleyball one,
it's
right?
the volleyball one, yeah.
Okay.
My favorite character is Tendo. I don't know why. I just love him and how his character is in that show, and he's just great. And I love him.
I've never seen or read any of this, so I will not have any clue what I'm talking about. You've talked to me about this a couple times. You've sent me panels and stuff of certain characters, and it seems like a really good one. Just I'm not really that big into sports anime besides Slam Dunk, just because of your Uncle Keith.
Yeah,
that he got me into that one just because of how funny and just overall stupid that is.
Yeah, my uncle is the person who got me into anime when I was young. Started off with, like I said, Yu Yu Hakusho, and a lot of shonen, all the main shonen, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, stuff like that. But then, as I got older, I realized I never really watched all that stuff. For some reason, he always showed me the weird slice of life, Oran High Host Club.
Oh, God, and that's such a great one.
Baka the Test and animes like that. I watched a lot more than I did watching actual action battle shonens. Well, yeah, some battle shonens are my favorite animes of all time. So my favorite is Yu Yu Hakusho. But those slice of life and comedies and that I watched when I was younger with him always have a special place in my heart, especially Oran High Host Club, or I guess it's Oran High School Host Club or whatever.
Yeah, or something like that. It's also different.
I just always called it Oran High Host Club.
But yeah, I remember the first time I ever saw that show was I walked into your house and I just hear, because he only can watch it in dubbed. He refuses, subbed. No,
he only watches it in dubbed.
He refuses because he can't read fast enough.
He can't read fast enough with the subtitles, and we always mess around with him about it.
I understand the where he's coming from, but there's some anime where
it's so much better. If you've ever seen JoJo's and subbed and dubbed, you will understand that JoJo's and dubbed is stupid as shit. Okay, but you take a show like Ghost Stories, and that is the best dub ever. Because that is hilarious.
Just one of I was talking about was Dragon Ball Z. I grew up with that. I cannot watch that. Well, I can. I like the Japanese voices because I watch Dragon Ball in Japanese. But I grew up as from a little kid watching Dragon Ball Z with my uncles.
Yeah.
And just Goku's voice in English is he's Goku. That is Goku.
Vegeta to me, dude, I can't remember his name right now. But
it's something Sagat, isn't there something like
Chris
that? Sabat. Yeah.
He is and always will be Vegeta for me, just because I grew up watching that and like listening to the dub, and I cannot. It's weird for me to watch it in sub just because I'm so used to how the dub is.
Like, for instance, another voice that anytime I hear him, the very first character that comes to my mind is Piccolo, because he voices a lot in other
Piccolo's voiced by the same dude who voices Vegeta.
Yes, I know, but like when I hear...
He voices all my
but when he also says, like, because he uses Piccolo's voice for other characters... Anytime I hear that voice,
I know.
It's 100% that's Piccolo.
Yeah. You hear it, you're like, that's Piccolo.
Yeah,
that's Piccolo, definitely. Piccolo. Like when I hear All Might every now and then, I'm like, that's Vegeta, bro. That is Vegeta. He's just not an a-hole.
Well,
dude, I'm trying to remember the one dude. There's one English voice actor who, whenever I hear him in an anime, I'm like, yep, this is gonna be a good anime, dude. Like I know because of this dude, it's gonna be good. He voices in Baka Test, he voices the dude who takes like the camera. Who has like the hammer, takes the photos. That voice actor, I cannot remember his name.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but yeah,
he
is such a great voice actor.
Yeah, he's in like everything.
But yeah, there's certain anime where like another reason I read manga over watch anime a lot is unless it's 100% strictly just an anime, which not a lot of things are like that, but there are.
A lot of things are, yeah, but there are
because mangas are usually go further than the anime. Like, for instance, what I'm reading right now is Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. In
obviously
the
goes
anime,
a lot farther.
It goes to at one point where spoilers, he's fighting his best friend and stuff.
Yeah.
And then in the part I'm at now, like in the manga, you're actually learning about like the teachers and like their backstories.
And you also like Hermit, it's more involved.
Yeah, like the other characters that were like supposedly the bad guys, like all of Ragnarok are basically on his side, besides I think like 3 or 4. And fucking just overall, it's just really like I just think some manga are better as manga. Like Berserk, I refuse to watch that. I only can read that because it's like I have to read it, even though it's never gonna end. R.I.P.
Yep, R.I.P. the creator of Berserk. I've never seen it. I should, or I've never read it either.
If you have the time to read it, and it's dark. It's very dark.
I've heard. Like,
but if you're a fan of anime, you know Berserk. Berserk literally influenced so much.
It influenced stuff in Dark Souls, one of my favorite games.
Yeah, it's literally Dark Souls is modeled after Berserk. Like a lot of it is.
Yeah, and it has literally that's one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, like people are but Dark Souls is basically just a Berserk RPG.
There's a lot of like the roly-poly dudes who are like skeletons on like a weird
wheel. Those are things like those big hippo things in Dark Souls 2, the one with just the giant eye. Yeah. Those are in Berserk. Guts cuts one in half. But I'm just so pissed off. We'll never get an ending, even though I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this. I'm not 100% sure. But people were saying that like. The canon ending, the creator wanted him to have a good ending.
Like, because obviously the fan base was divided between them.
Yeah, it was either gruesome or a good ending.
Yeah, like happy.
For all that shit that my boy Guts went through, he needs a good ending. Even if it's
stuff I've heard.
Even if it's literally just like they all die, but he like went to heaven and had peace or something, that would be good enough. But like for Griffith to win, no.
Yeah.
He would have killed Guts, and then like the art style of Berserk though.
The art style,
the art style. Joseph,
I love it too much. Iraqis,
but like have you seen like any of the art style for Berserk?
I have, because I've seen like panels and stuff like that. Like the way Berserk is drawn with the sword, there's like an iconic panel where it's like him and like the sword's like in the ground, kind of. And I see that like all the time. It's
like the way that man drew. Like, just the trees and, like, the blood and the expressions and everything, just magnificent. Like, when I draw my shit, that's the kind of shit I want to have. But, like, I'm definitely not at that point there because that man, I guarantee, took weeks upon weeks just to draw one panel, probably, because of how detailed it was.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of manga artists who, like, obviously aren't a part of shonen like weekly shonen, so they have a lot more time to focus on that stuff. And honestly, they make better stuff than the popular shonen stuff. Like obviously, my Attack on Titan is a very popular thing, but the way the creator was doing it, he pretty much did it like every few months he would release. Sometimes every month, sometimes stuff like that, and like I love that story. Like, and the art style. My one buddy Dennis, obviously you know him, literally will not read the manga because of the art style. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about because the art style is beautiful and amazing, and I love it.
Yeah, I never really got into Attack on Titan, so I don't really know about that one. Like, I watched basically all of it because...
And you've watched the middle of season 4 with us, obviously not in order.
Yeah, but I basically have seen all of it. I just don't necessarily care for it. I thought the story was decent, but, like, the fact that so many people are so mad about the ending...
I like the ending.
I said it. Like, is redoing it now. Like, I understand because you want to make the fans happy, but at the same time, if it's your story and you like how you made it...
Well, yeah, you want to obviously make the fans happy, but it's your story, so you can pretty much do whatever you want. Obviously, the fans have some say in it, though, because you're not going to put out something that's not good and everyone hates, and then you're like, well, I understand. Like the dude who made Naruto, he put out Samurai 8 or whatever.
And people just shit on that, didn't they?
Yeah, people hated it. And for good reason. It was kind of trash.
Yeah,
it was pretty trash. And
I never even knew about that until you told me about it because you said it was fucking garbage. So,
in my opinion, all right. See, it was a very lackluster story, and like it just didn't come together like it was supposed to, and it pretty much got canceled. Damn. And he was only doing the writing for it. Like he wasn't even writing and drawing it. Someone else was doing the illustrations.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then he went back to obviously taking over writing Boruto, and everyone was happy. And I was like, I was liking what the other dude was doing. And this dude just make like a trash series. Why would I want him to take over?
I'm not even going to talk about Boruto just because I love Naruto. Like, that's still one of my favorites. Like,
I can't get into Naruto, but I like Boruto. Naruto when I was a kid was cool, right? Obviously, everyone's like, "Oh, Naruto was my childhood." I don't really like it that much.
I understand because, like, that bitch is so long for such little
so
shit.
long. I've read almost all of One Piece. Like, it's just at points in One Piece, it is the most boring thing I've ever read. Just because there's parts where, like, obviously I like when they're on the ship and like having fun, but there's parts when it was just complete boring, and I'd rather just have some dudes fight, right? But the thing was, I don't know, like I like, and there's boring parts in that, but I like that a lot more than I like Naruto. And Naruto is, I've read good stuff from Naruto, and I don't mind it, but I also don't like it.
That's weird.
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I said, I like Boruto, but I don't like Naruto.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Boruto and they have like technology, at that point I was like, okay, what is this? And then, like, the part where, or at least in the anime-wise, I don't know if this happens in the manga because I never read it, but in the anime when, like, Boruto cheats to use, like, the Rasengan.
See, like, the thing was, like, Naruto is, like, you pretty much, like, learned the Rasengan for, like, whatever reason, I can't remember. So he started training with Sasuke, and he, like, started getting it down, but obviously he was trying to impress his father, and some dude came up to him and was like, "Oh, you want to impress your dad? How about doing a Rasengan right now with this?"
Yeah, but like the fact that there was an item, not the fact that he cheated, because obviously they're gonna go the easy way out, so that's a reasonable thing. But the fact that the creator was like, you know what? What if we just made a device that you just put it on your wrist and you do the jutsu?
Obviously, yes, but obviously there's gonna come to times when there's technology like that in something.
Yeah,
like
but what
that.
if they just didn't put technology in? They just kept making it rural. It could have just stayed a rural place, and they just do, like, ninjutsu and shit. Like, not all societies have to be tech.
Yeah, but it still, like, adds a familiarity.
I understand, because they're trying to
you don't want the world 100% fiction where, like, nothing's happening. Obviously, if it's, like, post-apocalyptic or something, you can have nothing like that.
Shout out to Fist of the North Star.
Fist of the North Star is
such
amazing.
a great... I finished
Which
that.
it's funny because it's post-apocalyptic, and it's set in the way future.
Yeah.
Well, technically it's, like, 2000-something.
Yeah. Dude, that's such a good manga, though.
It's, like, obviously it's the most basic, like, shonen. Like, the main character literally punches people, and they explode.
Oh yeah, but he does it with finesse.
Yes, obviously, but it's I love it.
Dude, he literally pokes someone in the forehead. Dude's like, "You ain't walking," and he just blows the.
He literally just puts a finger into a dude's temple and pulls it out.
And then the fact that like every single person he basically has as an arch enemy is his brother in some way.
Yeah, and they're all like his adopted brothers
or his real brothers.
One of his real brothers, and then but one of them is also the dude who like had sex with his girlfriend type stuff, like the love of his life.
And then to find, no, I'm not going to say that. That's a massive spoiler. But like overall, the story I thought was great. Like that was one of those manga where I couldn't stop just scrolling.
Dude.
Because throughout the whole thing, you're just entertained because the art style is fantastic. Storytelling, it's not even like slow paced. It's boom, boom,
It
boom,
is
boom,
constantly
boom.
moving.
It's constantly something that's going on. And the manga thing I would have every now and then one chapter missing. Yeah. But even with just one chapter gone, the story was still on pace, and you could still figure out what happened. So that, like, whoever made it, because I'm a dumbass and I don't look up names besides, like, people like Akira Toriyama, I know that. Because
obviously, I was talking about the creator Naruto. I don't know his name. I wouldn't be able to pronounce it, probably. I'm horrible with pronouncing Japanese
Yeah, if
names.
we pronounce anything wrong, we're sorry. We're just stupid.
What if it's something like how... Vegeta or something, or Vegeta and stuff.
Yeah,
I obviously know it's Vegeta. I'm not gonna not say it wrong as not a joke.
Yeah, or like Brawly.
Yeah,
Brawly.
Radix.
Jesus, imagine like a Broly, but he was just really stupid. Like obviously the one that we have now is kind of dumb, like the newer Super one. But that's because he wasn't. No, the one before that was just straight up giant baby. But like, imagine if he was like without a couple of chromosomes and he was Brawly.
Oh my god!
But I think the Super movie they did was great. Speaking of the Super movie, there's a second one coming. Who do you think they're gonna add? Because they already said they're adding a familiar face.
I hope Cooler.
I agree.
Or Janemba.
Janemba would be cool, but it'd make no sense. But at the same time, I don't know, because like the manga the manga is different, I guess, than the anime. Because the manga hell's not a thing at all in the manga.
I guess, yeah. I mean, the one other thing wasn't canon either when all the people escaped hell.
The other world
that
tournament
was Janemba.
But I honestly feel like, especially with how everything has gone down, where Frieza literally in the last movie just got his ass handed to him by 3 different monkeys.
Yeah.
And so I have a feeling, because he's only trained for, a couple months when he achieved golden form and then flew back to fight Goku and Vegeta and then got murdered.
I do not remember. I remember.
Because that was in Resurrection F. I think it was, he like trained for like 4 months or some shit.
Yeah, I remember him like saying, I've never trained a day in my life, so.
Yeah, so like,
that's all I remember.
If they were to bring someone like Cooler back, because they could either keep it how it was in the original movie where he hates Frieza, and then we see like a golden Cooler or something, because golden Cooler would be amazing. Yes. Basically, they didn't give him a golden form.
They gave him like a different
They gave him like a quote unquote like diamond Cooler.
That's what I've heard.
Where it was like basically he's still Cyber Cooler, Metal Cooler, just he's not actually metal.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how do you feel about in Super and Resurrection F especially when the dude Frieza trains with, right when he's like gonna fight, it literally is just him being taken over by Ginyu. I hate it because I wanted to see that dude do something. Mm-hmm. I felt like he just trained with Frieza for 4 months type stuff. He's obviously gonna beat the shit out of someone. Like, let him fight, and that's Captain Ginyu again.
Yeah, but then again, if you're Captain Ginyu, wouldn't you know,
I would have tricked the dude too, but still.
I would 100%.
I just don't care for Captain Ginyu enough to see him get his butt whooped again.
Yeah, the fact that they said, let's bring Captain Ginyu back just for him to basically die.
Yeah. Like,
actually, did he die? I haven't watched that.
I don't remember. I don't really like it that much, so I've only seen it once.
Yeah, I think I've seen it, I think, twice, and the first time I saw it was with the legitimate ending, and the second time I saw it was with the second, like, secret ending, which I'm pissed that wasn't the real ending.
Oh, Resurrection F?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've never seen that actual movie. I've only seen, like, this show. I don't know, like, what the thing is with it.
Okay, so...
Like, in the series,
Okay. So, at the end, there was a secret ending you can get where, you know how Goku goes with Whis and they go back in time and all that shit? Which, spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen it.
I guess we were scared to say spoilers for, like, Attack on Titan and shit, too. Not Attack, but Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, okay, I guess. But sorry. But
yeah, no, you're talking about,
so he goes back in time
because Vegeta's not killing him.
Yeah.
Which I obviously,
but that doesn't happen in this one. The secret ending is Vegeta just goes ham. It beats the dog shit out of him, and then he kills him with, I think, a Big Bang attack.
Yeah, see, this is what proves that Akira Toriyama doesn't like Vegeta that much. Because literally, all you had to do is have him do what you just said. But he didn't.
Yeah, they animated it and everything, and he was like, nah.
Yeah, he doesn't like Vegeta. He literally made Vegeta to be a character he doesn't like. He writes him really good, but he writes him to be a character he doesn't like. So, obviously, he advances to be kind of close to Goku's level, but would never, ever surpass Goku in any phase of the matter. Even though he's, I guess, spoilers for the manga of Super, he's learning to be like a god of destruction right now.
Like he's learning destruction ki.
Yeah, he's trying to learn the thing that makes people go bye-bye.
Yeah, Hakai,
yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't think giving someone with the temper like Vegeta the power to just say something, and he doesn't even have to technically say it. Like, the fact that he could just look at someone and they disappear,
yeah, pretty much.
He should not have that power. I understand why they're giving it to him, because he needs to match Ultra Instinct, which I think it's 1,000% bullshit how
Ultra
Goku
Instinct?
Get that.
Ultra Instinct?
Yeah.
I think it's the stupidest power up ever.
I think it's, dope. It's not even technically a power-up. It's a technique.
Okay.
But the fact that even, the gods of destruction are training to get that. And he's like, hey, look at me. I have white hair now. Me, you go, ooh, ooh, ah. And then more spoilers. He gets Susanoo, basically. It becomes a giant version of himself in his head. I know Dragon Ball Z is, obviously fictional. People are blasting beams out their hands. But that's still more realistic than out of nowhere Goku's in his own giant head of energy.
At least a Susanoo is cool. It's just Goku inside his own head. At least the Susanoo is like a skeleton-looking thing made out of fire.
But then again, that was in the manga, so we don't know how it would look in the anime. The anime could make it look dope. If they bring the anime back, which a lot of people are speculating because of the movie.
A lot of people are speculating they're going to restart it.
Restart it?
Yeah, start from the beginning. And
redo
Super? It. Yeah, redo it or something. I don't know.
Why?
Because it wasn't as good as what it should have been or something.
Really?
Yeah.
How the hell would they do that, though? Restart the entire story?
Because,
change
obviously
all of it,
when the manga got released, they're going to do it based off of what the manga is 100% on.
So, in other words, we're going to basically see Master Roshi be Ultra Instinct against Jiren.
Sure. And also
he doesn't actually go Ultra Instinct, spoilers again.
The Kale Khalifa fight with Goku and Vegeta type stuff also, and they fuse. That's more interesting in the manga, isn't it? From what I've heard.
I think so. There's a lot of stuff in the manga that they did different in the anime, which makes no sense to me why they did that.
I don't know. I mean,
but then it could have been more or less the anime went down a route that Akira Toriyama didn't want certain things to happen, but Funimation made him do that. We don't know.
Yeah, because I was about to say, didn't the anime come out all before?
The manga wasn't even thought about, and then the anime came out, and then I think it was halfway through the anime, the manga started getting made, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Why?
Yeah, and they don't follow what.
No, they don't follow what. I think they follow along somewhat. Obviously, there's the Goku Black arc and all that shit, but the tournament of power is nothing alike. There's so much different shit. Master Roshi actually fights Jiren. Yeah, and the whole gleam that's in Goku's eyes when he goes Ultra Instinct sign, not the official thing. Yeah. That happens with Master Roshi.
Nice. How do you feel about the Goku Black arc? Because Dennis hates it.
I don't like him.
And you don't like Goku Black. How do you feel with the arc?
I think the arc was actually pretty decent. It makes no sense because I'm stupid and I didn't pay attention during at least half of the shit.
It makes sense.
I mean, it does. I don't remember half of it, and then Goku Black killed my boy. So
yep. So you just recently started watching Jujutsu Kaisen. You're on about episode 10, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's what we just watched. How do you feel about that in general? Because I personally,
I think it's hilarious.
It's one of my new favorite
I like Kakashi 2.0. Kakashi 2.0 is great.
Because I remember when it first came out, I was on the Shonen Jump web, the app that you can watch, you can read the manga on, And so yeah, I was on the Shonen Jump app, obviously, looking through all the new stuff, and Jujutsu Kaisen was like just releasing at the time. And I read like the first chapter, and I was like, this isn't for me. I guess I'm just gonna go back to reading One Piece or whatever the hell I was reading at the time. And obviously now I've read I haven't read a lot, but I'm up to like 25, 30 chapters, which is like the first like 15 episodes or something like that.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on that app because, I have your shit.
Yep.
But I was just scrolling through. I saw it, and I was like, I might read this. But at the same time, that's when I was also really, really deep into Berserk. Like, I think I had only like 15 chapters left, so I was like hardcore reading that. And then I was going to read Demon Slayer after that. So that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And then we just started recently watching it just because why not? But one manga that I'm reading that I'm actually like keeping up to date on every time a new chapter comes out, and it's like brand new. It's called Kaiju number 8. And so far, I think it is really good. The only downside is I have to wait a week every time a new chapter comes out.
Yeah.
But then again,
that's why I like to wait for my manga to be able to binge read it. And take some breaks through it.
Yeah, I am a crackhead to where if it's a good enough manga, I will, like, as soon as another chapter is added, I'll read it. Like, My Hero, I'm up to date to where every single next chapter that comes out, I'll read it. Even though, like, I don't know why I've been just not giving a shit
about My Hero.
No, like, the story is great. Like, I love it. Just, like, whenever I see it, I look at it, I'm like, well, there's another chapter.
Yeah, the same for me. That's what happened around the arc where the villains are doing stuff at the one place and they take over that town.
Yeah.
I was trying not to say too many spoilers. But, like, around there is when I stopped reading it. And, like, obviously, like, I've read, like, parts of, like, stuff with, like, the war going on. But obviously, I don't know anything that's going on as much, and like I don't really care, but it's also interesting to where I do care, but I just haven't read it. I just haven't gone through reading it, and there's other stuff that I'd rather read than My Hero or watch.
And the thing with My Hero is, most of the fan base is cancerous, even though I'm part of it, and I love it.
That's why I just try to avoid the fan base. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, like, but some cool things that people do.
Oh, yeah, people are, but then everyone's that has their cancerous side, and like everyone has a good side. But
Goku tards.
Oh yeah, don't even get me like Dragon Ball Z is one of my favorite, and I mean favorite anime. When it comes to people like coming up out of nowhere and be like, but can they beat Goku? It's like not everyone is sitting there comparing it to Goku. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, how are you gonna sit there? All right, go for the story.
So at one time, I was on like someone who was cosplaying Suna from Haiku, which is a volleyball anime, obviously, and a person was like commenting about how I bet he couldn't be Goku and stuff like this, and like the creator was like, "Are you genuinely like serious right now?" And they were like genuinely serious, talking about how a volleyball player could not be the most like powerful anime character of all time. Like, of course he's not gonna beat him. What is he gonna do? Like spike a ball at his face? Like, Goku's just going to obviously take that and just blast him away. He's a normal human who just plays volleyball.
And I just hate when a lot of people, like, bring the word planetary into the argument. It's like Master Roshi in Dragon Ball blows up the moon. Like, calm down.
And Piccolo does it again in Dragon Ball Z.
That makes no sense. I don't think that was ever explained.
Why it's stated in, like, Dragon Ball Kakarot where he doesn't blow up the actual moon. He blows up a replica of the moon where the moon gets put back up there.
All I know is the best thing in Dragon Ball Z and the most overpowered thing is one of Piccolo's moves, and it's Close Beam.
Oh, yeah. Close Beam is, like, literally the best beam.
Yep, best beam.
Because, like, that's, like, a power I just want in general. Like,
just Close Beam!
Close Beam. Like, give me some drip. Let me be swagged out Goku real quick.
Out of all the fucking things, just do that shit. Sitting there with Supreme everything.
Look,
I just don't understand how some people can sit there, and especially when it comes to other things where it's like, but can this person beat this person? It's like, realistically, it's up to the manga artist. I mean, the manga writers.
Yeah, like especially if it's from a different, like 2 different like manga series, like it's got to be written by one or the other, or just a random dude, and like
it's most likely going to be favoritism in general.
Yeah.
Like, no one, when it comes to bringing two different, like, main characters together to fight, they're not going to have any sort of favoritism. Like, that's bullshit. And everyone, even in their subconscious, has some sort of biased favoritism.
And even when it comes to, like, the actual creator of the show, like, doing two characters in the show together, like, if you took Sasuke, like, what he is in Naruto, like, the wandering dude, versus Itachi, and they're both in their prime, most likely Sasuke would win. But you never know. The creator could, like, hit
Itachi more.
Itachi so much that he's like, no, Itachi wins because of this reason. But in my opinion, Sasuke is more powerful overall than Itachi was in their prime. Both in their prime. Obviously, I don't really know because, like I said, I don't really like Naruto. But like
the things I've ever seen Itachi in his prime, the motherfucker's always been sick.
I guess you got a point, but he did beat the shit out of Sasuke when they first fought.
Yeah, when he was sick as fuck too.
Yeah, but obviously Sasuke in like Naruto is OP as shit.
Yeah, until he fucking gets, spoiler alert, everything taken away from him.
All the OP-ness of the two main characters.
Yeah, the two main characters are basically puppies now.
Yep.
Puppies that bite very hard, but that's about it.
Yeah, but
they're not magical puppies anymore.
They can still beat the shit out of someone.
Well, yeah, a fucking guard dog's still a guard dog, but I'd rather have a guard dog that has a fucking wizard hat than a regular guard dog. Come on,
if you take Naruto, like the show, Kakashi loses both Sharingans. Like one point he has.
Don't even bring Kakashi into this though. And then Kakashi is a fucking monster.
No, when he loses his Sharingan, he becomes like trash. Yeah, and he's Hokage at that point, and he still gets washed by some people. He got washed by pain, bro. So did your boy Jiraiya.
Man, why you gotta bring that in?
Why does fucking Kakashi come back?
Because Kakashi is a fan favorite, and they wanted to kill the pervert.
Yeah, well, they always want to
just like with Neji, they killed Neji just because, let's get these two to fuck.
That's not the reason. Also, Neji could have easily dodged that thing. Oh, yeah,
he could have easily dodged
Everyone could have dodged that goddamn stick. There's no reason he should have died to it.
That's just fucking plot armor on its goddamn finest. But, best boy, Rock Lee.
Yeah, he's now pretty much washed because, like...
Did they fucking cripple him?
No, it's because, like, he fights, like, he beats the shit out of Sasuke and, like, Gaara and, like, Neji, right? Like, those are, like, three, I don't know exactly, but he fights, like, three characters who are kind of OP, beats the shit out of him, and then he gets beat up by another, like, he loses he beats shit out of Gaara, but he ends up losing, right? Mm-hmm. And then after that, literally any fight he's in, he's just average. He doesn't fight anyone big.
Hey, man, when he was drunken fist beating the shit out of that Bone motherfucker, that was, like, one of the funniest goddamn things ever.
Yeah, but was that Bone dude really that...
He was pretty strong, but still. Because I'm pretty sure Naruto was having a hard time against him. I like Naruto a lot, but, like, there's so many things in Naruto itself that just makes me want to fucking throw a baby at myself.
Same thing with Dragon Ball Z. Same thing with Bleach.
A lot of it. The Bleach...
I've read all of Bleach. That was the first manga I ever like read all the way through.
I still say out of like any anime, Bleach is some of the best theme songs.
Oh yeah, no.
Their theme songs.
You're not wrong. So Naruto does have some bangers.
Though. Oh yeah, they have some really good ones. But Bleach, like it's like every single one is really
good. The first ending, Life is a Boat or whatever that's called, is like the best ending of all time in all of anime. I don't care what anyone says.
Until some random people are going to hear this shit and start blowing you up like, nah, motherfucker, this one's better.
No, they're wrong. It doesn't matter what they say.
True. Dude, you know what I think's funny as fuck, though? Like, when the anime have it to where their intro is dynamic as shit and, like, people beating the dog shit out of everyone. Then the outro is something sad as fuck, like a dude walking a puppy in the rain or some shit.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of, like, adventure.
Like Jujutsu Kaisen's ending makes no sense because it's the most upbeat like thing ever, and like the way
I love the art style.
I love the art style and the ending, but I just watched like a dude get blown up or like turned into some weird creature, and then next thing you know it's gotta get it, gotta move or whatever the dude says, and it's just him dancing and stuff and putting on hair gel. It's like, oh yeah, this is nice. There's a lot of sad animes just in general though. Like Clanad. Don't you love that?
Yeah, that's a good one. I never finished it though.
Yep. I've never even seen it. I just know what happens and how it's sad.
It's so sad.
Angel Beats.
Never watched it.
One of my favorites.
I know. You told me it's good.
Yep, it's really good. Fullmetal Alchemist.
That's such a fucking good one.
Yeah, it's so sad.
So sad.
Yeah,
So sad.
It's a terrible day for Rain.
Yes,
You
yes,
know
it
what I'm
is.
talking
Man, why'd they have to do my boy like that?
Yep. Why'd
Yeah,
they
but
have to
then
do
again-
the daughter like that?
Yeah.
Of both Hughes and the daughter of the dude who with the
scientist
dog.
dude,
Yeah. I hate him so much, but his name is such in like the back of my head with like a picture of him, and I can't think
I
of
hate
it.
his face.
Yeah, I hate his face too. He just
That man
Dude, what
deserves
happened?
death.
What's the one like the main like villain with the X on his face? What's his name? Do you remember?
I want to say it's Jack, but I know it's not.
No, it's definitely not. I know his name, like it's a meme, like his actual name. They're like, "What's your real name?" And it's the longest shit ever. It's like a 10 whole minute name.
That's almost as bad as Tetsu.
Yeah, Tetsu. Or like in Demon Slayer, obviously I've never seen it, but there's like a meme where he's like, "My name is Tamaro Kurapaka." He's like, "Okay, I'll bring you down." Like the poorhead dude, like doesn't know how to say his name and mispronounces it every time he says it.
Inosuke is fucking hilarious.
Who's your favorite character?
Out of every character, it is either Tanjiro or it's Inosuke.
Okay.
Just because I'm always a schmuck for the MC,
Not me.
but like I think just overall Inosuke is probably my favorite just because he's fucking hilarious. Rengoku was my favorite until something happens.
Yeah.
Which spoiler, he fucking dies.
That reminds me of my favorite character in Attack on Titan was obviously Sasha, but
Yeah, that reminds me of the story.
Yeah.
Potato.
Potato.
Potato. Inside story. Man, I fucking hate it but at the same time I love it when you get invested in certain characters and they just fucking die.
And it's like not warranted that they should. Obviously in Attack on Titan a bunch of people die, but it's not warranted for my girl to die. Especially the way she did die. Obviously, yes, Gabby was trained, but still. Everyone just stood there while this chick is pointing a gun at a person. Like, you're not going to do anything to stop this, like, 12-year-old with a gun.
Weren't they also, like, in an airship or something? Or were
They're in a
boat?
Zeppelin.
Yeah, why the fuck would you shoot a gun in a Zeppelin in the fucking first place?
Well, obviously, she's just trying to kill them. She doesn't care. She wants them all to die.
Well, if she wanted them all to die, she should have just shot the fucking balloon like a smart person.
Yes, but obviously just
what the fuck are they gonna have? Someone turn into a Titan and catch it?
Yes. You know what's real messed up? I mean, if you want to be honest,
shut the fuck
Armin
up. No one
literally
do it.
Armin could literally do
fuck
it.
Armin. Armin, arm out. Okay, fuck you.
The cause of Titan. But what I was gonna say was it's funny that it's when Sasha escapes, or not Sasha, when Gabby escapes prison from being captured by like the people in Paradise Islands. Literally, she runs into a family in the woods, and they take care of her, which it's funny because that's Sasha's parents and her family that take care of her on the run.
So she just killed their kid.
Pretty much.
Man, that's bullshit.
And
why'd they have to do my girl like that?
And then when the parents find out, because there's another dude who's introduced, his name's Nicolo or whatever.
Nicola.
Yeah, like and he's like a chef. And he was in love with Sasha.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. But he literally beats her over the face. Or he either beats her or like the other dude over the face with a bottle of wine.
Does he kill him?
No.
Damn.
Gabby and spoilers. Gabby and Falco or whatever his name is don't die.
Falcon Punch.
Yes, Falcon Punch. You're right in the nuts.
That's bullshit. How come it's like when it's characters, you just want to fucking die no matter what? You want them fucking dead. It's like the creator is like, nah, I'm gonna have you just fucking hate this character the entire time.
Like Levi at the end of Attack on Titan is literally in a wheelchair.
Man, how's he gonna? Well, you don't need your legs to be able to maneuver. You can still do it.
The actual ending, a lot of people hate it. But there's a part where like a bird flies and tries to steal the fucking scarf away from Mikasa, and everyone jokes about it being Eren. Because in the end, Eren actually, like, is, like, admits that he's in love with Mikasa and did, like, a bunch of shit for her. But, yeah, that's the ending of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that's garbage.
No, I actually like the ending.
I just, like I said, I don't care for Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I know. But it is whatever it is.
I still think that it would be fucking hilarious to hear someone say, "Oh, guys, look, I think I'm a Titan." And he just bites the fuck out of himself and goes, "Ah, fuck, that hurts," and nothing happens.
Well, the thing is, you don't have to bite yourself. You can stab yourself or do whatever.
Okay,
But
fine. The dude just starts
Eren
disemboweling himself. He's like, "I'm a Titan, boys."
Because he would come back to life, technically.
If he disemboweled himself?
If
you're a Titan, yeah.
If you become the Titan when you're getting messed up, you save yourself.
Yeah, because the Titan heals you.
Yes. But yeah, the founding Titan is pretty badass. That's what Eren uses to...
Is he like the founding fathers?
Technically, she is...
Is he Thomas Edison?
No, she is the
He's
first...
one of the founding fathers, right?
You say Thomas Edison?
I'm fucking stupid.
Because no, you're talking about Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, yeah. I went to school named after him, and I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah, so, the founding Titan is literally the chick falls into like a tree.
Pit, and then sees like a spine.
Falls into a tree
shit,
and
right?
a spine attaches to her and gives her the power of the Titan.
That's fuck shit.
And then she, like...
So you're telling me there's just a fucking
king.
spine in a tree?
The king has kids with her, and then has her kids when she dies
The real
eat her
question
spinal.
was it consensual?
Kind of, but not really. Because the king was literally going to kill her.
So it's either you take my seed or you're dead.
No, alright, so the thing that happened was she let out a couple pigs
Cows.
or whatever. She let out pigs, and they got away.
Okay.
King was pissed off about it, said, "Who the hell let out my cows?" Everyone snitched on her. She ran, like, he let her go. But it was like all like a thing.
A ploy.
To get her hunted down and killed, pretty much. And what happened was she runs away, falls into the pit, gets the power of the Titan. King finds out, takes her. She's in love with the king, so it is consensual. But obviously he's using her for the power of the Titan.
Okay.
And then what happens is the king has kids with her. The kids then... when her mom dies, because she died after an assassination attempt on the king when she protected the king and died after 13 years of having the Titan power.
So that means, isn't that why all Titans
all
can only
Titans
live like
only
13
for
years
13 years?
stupid
Yes.
shit? Yeah.
So then she dies. He then has his kids eat her spinal fluid and pretty much cannibalize her entirely to make sure that the power gets passed on somehow. Which I don't know how he knew it's through the spinal cord, but I guess he just knew. Maybe he was like, "Oh, it looked like a spine." He's like, "All right, well, I guess my daughters are eating your spine now."
That is just one of those things the creator never thought about, and he's just fuck it.
I don't know. The lore in that show is pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe.
Hey, not as wild as JoJo. Like, come on, the first JoJo was fucking Jesus.
Technically, yeah he was. I mean, there's a dude who is called a Pillarman who literally adapts to everything and gets put in space and frozen. That's the only way they could beat him.
Until he randomly comes back down to Earth.
Sure. I could definitely see it happening.
Mm-hmm. The newest part, dude's just sitting there out of nowhere, fucking Pillarman comes up.
I don't think that would happen. I've never really seen part 8, but I've heard things about it, and it definitely is not anything. I've heard it's the weirdest part of JoJo's. Like, no one understands what's the hell going on.
Well, it literally started with people controlling their breasts and beating the shit out of each other to, oh, look, I have a thing. You know what's still fucking hilarious, though? Why is it called a stand? Oh, it stands next to you. Literally, that's it.
Pretty much.
And then Persona, it's like, why is it called your Persona? Fucking 7.5 hour goddamn explanation.
Yeah, but the way you unlock your Persona is badass.
Shooting yourself in the face?
It depends on which game you're playing.
Isn't that 5 or
the third
3?
one you shoot yourself in the head. The 5th one you rip off your mask, and your Persona comes out.
Is that why they have those like Mariachi masks or whatever the fuck they are?
No. They also are just trying to hide their identity. Obviously, the mask they rip off is that mask they have.
I'm dumb. I was thinking of masquerade masks. I don't know why the fuck is it Mariachi.
Mariachi. Yeah, I don't know why you said Mariachi either.
Neither did I.